Hello, everybuggy! I just wanted to fill you in on everything that's been going on, and I would like to start off by saying the purpose of this video is not to bash on Ironside, but to express why there has been a delay in my hiatus and actually explain everything that's been going on. Getting a new PC has been significantly more time-consuming and frustrating than I anticipated. If I knew it was going to be this difficult to get a new rig, I would have learned how to build one myself or ordered one pre-built. The first PC arrived and initially had some Bluetooth problems as well as some odd lagging along the screen, but it wasn't anything concerning or too bad. It wasn't until I started trying to run Jurassic World Evolution 2 to get an idea of what it could handle that the problem started to become glaring. It never slowed down or crashed the game per se, instead the entire computer shut off. This was extremely alarming, and I decided to prevent messing anything up more that I would call technical support for help. I called and was on hold for over an hour, but when I did speak to someone, they were really nice. They seemed competent, gave good solutions, and we did everything that we could to try to bring the PC back to a usable state on our end, but eventually the PC went from blue screening to no longer displaying anything, period. I was asked if any lights were displaying on the motherboard, but I did not have any easy debug feature. There was nothing more that we could think of that I could attempt from my end, and so it was decided that it would be sent back where they could fix the problem on their end. Please note, I'm omitting a lot of troubleshooting we tried, and ultimately we came to suspicion that it was either the CPU, motherboard, or GPU. It was hard to tell which one. The PC was sent off that day for repairs. Second time around, bringing us to now, was the same song and dance. Once again, the PC arrives. I reviewed the test results that they did to show that it was now working, and everything seemed great. I removed it from its packaging and was extremely gentle with it. I checked the wires to make sure everything was properly connected and let it sit for a while before plugging it in. I wanted to avoid causing any possible problems to make sure that I wasn't at fault. After wrapping up all the wires and clearing off my desk to make way, I finally plug it in. There were a few oddities initially. The most blaring was that nothing seemed different from the first time that I sent it back. This includes the game that I had downloaded, as well as the Bluetooth issues. I went to update the drivers, as advised from last time. I made sure not to download anything else to my computer before verifying that it was actually working this time. And a long story short, it wasn't. Jurassic World immediately blue screened and I could never get back to the desktop. I'm not hardware savvy, but I am knowledgeable in software. I tried everything I could think of. I tried for hours trying everything I could think of, and I had a lot of breakdowns, to be honest. I wanted so desperately for this to work, and I had tried everything I could think of and researched on my own too. It was too late to call them, so I started looking at the components and only did things that were talked about in the technical support call. I watched YouTube videos to make sure I was doing it right. I was so careful to make sure I wasn't accidentally leaving lint or anything else that could be messing with the boards. I went to remove the battery of the motherboard to let it reset and realized it wasn't where it was last time. In fact, I realized this wasn't the same motherboard and I had no idea what motherboard it was. I couldn't find a user manual to something I didn't even know what it was. It did have the easy debug lights though. On startup, CPU quickly lit red before switching to RAM, which stayed yellow, then VGA white, and boot never came on. I inspected the wires again, and this time noticed one of the wires on the other side of the PC was frayed. The CPU cable. I don't have a backup of this. I had a backup of some of the wires, but not the CPU. By this point, I had been working all day and long into the night trying to get this to work. I wrote down everything I tried, documented it, and emailed them for help. Tired and angry, I finally stopped for the night and left it to resolve in the morning. Morning comes and I get an email back. Everything has been processed for it to be shipped back again, and I am assured that they will be building me a new PC from scratch and on priority. The email reads as follows. Hi there. I am so sorry to hear that your system is still running into these issues after that RMA. After speaking to my manager about your situation, we would like to proceed with a full rebuild of your system rather than moving it forward with another RMA. This will be an ASAP build and should be built today and shipped out early next week back to you. All you need to do is repackage that system and send it back with the label that I am sending over now. If there are any personal files that you would like off the system, please back those up before sending the system back, as the new system will be completely new parts but identical to your original order. If you have any further questions about this process, please do not hesitate to email us on this thread or call our customer support to speak about this process further. I once again pack up the PC and drop it off once more and sent out an email and confirmation. I got an email back stating that I will be informed on Monday of the computer status. Hi again. Took a look this morning and it looks like your system is in our quality control now. Should only be there another day or so before it ships out to you, and you will get that tracking number emailed right to you before it ships. which was followed by another delay due to a box shortage at the company. Hi there. Sorry for the delayed response. It looks like it's on its way. Unfortunately, our shipping department was waiting on a shipment of boxes to come in, which delayed it in packaging. Please let us know if you have any questions or concerns in regards to this system. Okay, so that's another delay. Why not just keep using the laptop? It keeps shutting down my equipment. I can't run certain programs at the same time anymore. It can't handle editing VODs for when stream crashes, and lately it's just been randomly shutting off. I bought the new PC because I knew my computer was quickly wearing down. It's a lot of stress and heating on the components that weren't made for what I'm wanting it to do. I can't make certain updates till a new PC arrives because my laptop simply can't handle it anymore. I don't want to mess up my laptop and put me in a situation with zero computer either. It kills me putting so much work into redeems and activities only to be limited by the capability of my computer. Things that once I could do but no longer can. I spent money on programs and visuals I can't use at all. I spent hours on cool effects and programs that just aren't usable. Alongside with this, I paid for a group of emotes that were ideally going to be ready by the time that I got my new PC for the first time. I was told I'd receive things on X date, only for months to pass. I reached out on multiple platforms and was starting to think that I had gotten scammed. The whole situation between the computer and the emotes made me feel really scammed, scared, and confused. It made me feel unreliable. I was trying so hard to make things work, but nothing was working. It was out of my control, and it started to eat at me more and more. This past week, truthfully, I wanted to get so much more done, but it's been so hard to bring myself to do anything. I want to come back to streaming, but I'm scared that I'll lose this laptop too. I've been trying to seem peppy and happy in my updates because I don't want to ruin everyone's mood or make people leave, but the truth is that this has been really, really hard to deal with. Streaming means a lot to me, and I put so much of my heart and soul into everything I do. I genuinely love streaming, and I love talking to everyone. I'm sorry I haven't been super active on Discord. I've been really struggling with everything, and I wanted to thank you all for your patience. I'm really hoping that this is all resolved soon, and I'm hoping that this video helps answer some of your questions as well. TLDR, I ordered a PC from Ironside and have had to return it twice, hoping third time's the charm. This has left a much longer gap in streaming than I was expecting, and I will be back as soon as I can, aiming to be back streaming before the end of the month.